face.
And the sound.
My face not showing.
So can I start recording, Mobile?
Yeah, you can start recording,
Isn't
man.
the sound going to disturb you? There's nothing that we can do about it.
At this point,
At this point in time, there's nothing.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Humblest beginnings, guys. Humblest beginnings.
For sure.
Yeah. A lot of people have been asking, when is it going up? When is it going up? That guy. Humble beginnings, man.
For sure.
So we start recording,
you know?
Yeah, the show has started, ne? Peter.
1, 2, 3, go.
And go. Are we on? Are we ready?
Yeah.
Can I hear the crowd? Okay, thank you. Welcome to another installment. We are on episode, I think 5. Is it 5, 6? What is it?
What?
5. Episode 5.
Yeah.
So what? Very young. I'm your host, Mr. Peter VanZ, and I am joined by my, of course, my guy.
Give it up for the brain. Yes.
Yes. No. We don't pay us. Can't have it.
Peter VanZ, that's the new brand.
With a Z. With a Z, guys. Not an S. And I'm joined today by the awesome Moso, as always, on the keys.
Yes, sir.
Giving us these lovely sounds. And we have our special guest today, the man of the hour, Mr. Frank Nation himself. Welcome,
Yes,
sir.
Thank you very much
How
for
you
having
doing,
me.
man? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm awesome, man. I'm lit.
Yeah.
I'm lit right now. I'm just loving the setup. Thank you
yeah.
for having me here, man.
Well, that's what we're doing.
For sure. I can talk.
No, man.
I'm not
Yo,
schoolish.
look, you're the only guy here.
Alright, no, I
That's
can
the things.
No, the meme on such a beautiful setup. No. Glory to God, man.
Glory to God.
Yes, sir.
Ah, that's
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes,
Pa, 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 pa.
Yeah.
And thank you once again to our venue sponsor, JB's Place. Thank you, JB's, for the beautiful set. As always, JB's is where it is always happening. Monday to Monday. You can catch them on their social media platforms. Get in touch with JB's as well for your event that you want to host, birthday parties. We've had some people propose there as well. Yeah. You know, they get it smacking down. And check them out on FB, on Insta. And you can hit them up on their emails for any of your event needs. They do social, they do corporate, they do all types of gigs. So please give them another warm welcome and another round of applause. Because they're all the ones. Thank you. And as always, sponsors, Nani, Sanbona, okay, Tina, I want to hear this is where you guys could be featuring. This is you guys over here. Thank you, sponsors, wherever you guys may be. We welcome you. Right, now usually in the beginning we always start off with a bit of a morbid, like some RIPs. There's a neighbor in Tikisong that passed away. Is it Felix? Yeah, Felix, he passed away yesterday. He was unfortunate to have gone on duty as well. So RIP to him. Any RIPs on your side?
Hey, my man, as an artist in the industry as well, and personally, there's a lot of RIPs.
Yeah.
But lately, it's been affecting the industry.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that influence the industry positively. So it got me to a point where I'm like, it's a tragic moment that we need to really think about and just pay respect and just appreciate life.
Appreciate life.
Yes, sir.
So, appreciating life, man. Yesterday was your anniversary. Just to move away from the RIPs, quick, before it gets everybody in a downer.
Switching it up.
Right? Let's just quickly get there. Right? Got that anniversary.
Yeah.
Got that coochie anniversary
It's putting you on the spot.
No, shout out to Moso, man. It was an anniversary yesterday. I'm sure you enjoyed yourself. You and the lady. Yeah, shout out to your wife as well. And yours, Baba. Yeah. So, hey, man, by the way, when are we touring again?
Probably next year.
Next year? We're touring next year.
Sasa hii kitu.
Say Cape Town, he says.
Yo,
Say Cape Town.
this guy's my best friend, and I'm not invited. It's fine. We'll leave it for later.
That's how these
It's
guys
fine.
are, eh?
Yeah,
You
it's
see the
okay.
lights.
It's okay.
Hey,
It's okay.
This guy.
leave you behind.
It's okay. I'll put him on the fire. It's okay. It's okay.
They leave you
I'll let
behind.
him
They
live.
leave you behind. Alright, man. Yeah, you guys have been friends since school days. eh?
Yo, we've been friends for more than 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, I met more so Junior Seraki. I met him 96, 97.
Yeah.
Yeah, primary school because at the
Nice.
so now it's Makula now. You are the darkies. But I'm not the darkie, but he was the darkie. So, but the nature I was we clicked. We're like, no man, these guys, okay,
Yeah.
we friends. Let's kick it, and we became friends since then. And then we reunited recently because of growth.
Smashed together as well.
I told you.
Can't be there. Can't be there.
Start with that. Nah, bro. With all the bros that he's carrying, I wish I would smash with him.
Yo.
But nah, it's cool.
Anniversary was yesterday, man. Hold it.
Nah. I'll let him live. He's married now. Let leave it in the past. Yeah, no.
So it's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, and the amazing thing that we were friends and we grew to realize that we also, minstrels, we do music.
Yeah.
We started singing in class, was standard 2. By the time grade 4, no?
Yeah.
I feel old. Yeah, so standard 2, he would stand up, in the free period, then he would sing,
Yeah.
What was the song again? The morning, what was the morning? Na. Yeah, the morning. No, he would like write it, ne? So we were chilling. We were like 4 friends. We were chilling, and he was like, "Hey, this is the song that I wrote. What do you think?"
Yeah.
You're like, "No." So we wrote it in the morning, na, okay. And then he would perform it.
And you right there and then.
Right there in class, free period.
Yeah, man.
And then the crowd would go wild.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy.
Nah, this guy loves it, eh? Oh, he loves his
This
face.
guy's loving music. He loves music more than me.
Nah,
He loves music
2
more
days
than me.
ago, a week ago,
Yeah.
he broke his keyboard.
Oh my.
Because I will show you the picture, man, and I'll tell you how he broke it. You can see exactly what the facial expressions, how he broke it,
Oh my God.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful thing, guys. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing. Friendship these days doesn't last long these days,
Never does.
20 times we backstab each other. I know this other guy, Viadi, he's DJ.
Oh my God.
That guy. Yeah, I won't talk about him
This
now.
guy.
We need to fix things after this.
I won't talk about him now.
Reconcile.
He knows what he did.
Yeah,
He knows what he did.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
It's a
but
different
moving on,
Viadi.
man. But moving on.
Yes, sir.
So we're just going to, we're just here to shoot the ish.
Yeah.
Just to tell you a little bit more of what Best in the West is. Best in the West is all about promoting the West, unknown artists of the West, giving you guys a platform,
Yes, sir.
and moving with the movement. You
Yes,
know
sir.
what I mean? Because we can all be part of the movement, but nobody going to move with the movement. You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
that's what we're all about here in Best in the West. And
Yes, sir.
once again, man, we welcome you,
Wow.
and hopefully more things. We
Definitely.
can we trust in God.
Yes, sir.
Whoever doesn't trust in God,
Yes, King.
you guys are going to hell.
Yes. Who's going to have video?
Slow down.
Yeah, man. So what's happening in your location, man? Any Makrino gossip?
No, I don't pay. I don't pay too much time on that. I mind my own business
Yeah.
because
Keep it moving.
I keep it moving. I'm grown now, bro. I have 3 kids now.
Hey,
Actually,
don't say
I'm
so,
not
eh?
sure.
Hey, you don't
4.
say, yeah?
Subtraction, multiplication.
Which one is it? 4 or 3?
No. Biologically, I have 3 kids.
Okay.
I have 3 children, so they kind of made me soft
Oh, yeah?
a bit
Yeah?
because I was a bit wild
Hey,
before
you're
they came to
smash,
Earth.
yeah? That's it, yeah.
I was afraid of the splash part, but it's okay.
You're deep.
I was wild. Let's leave
You're
it there.
wild.
I was wild. Bro. I was
Alright.
wild, and I think by
You
God's
changed that.
grace, he was like, "Nah, man, you need a turning point." So I had my firstborn, Nino. Yeah, I was like, no, because she came. It's a lady. It's a young
It's always the
lady.
girl that turns you, huh?
Yeah, man, I get niggas to map. You get the more marathon. You know? And she came to Earth. She came to Earth, and then it opened my eyes a bit. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, no, you have a daughter now, man. You know, and it comes back to you. You know, the life that you live.
Gotta change.
You know how you treat ladies. I think God gets you back. Your daughter.
Yeah.
Hey, happy. Did you hear that?
And how you treat your daughter, she looks up to you. Like, so I saw it. I've grown to learn that my daughter is my first woman. You know, and she
Yeah.
looks at me as her first man. She needs to learn everything from me as a man before she can go out and say, I'm looking for a man. So the man that she looks for outside must meet the standards.
Needs or above yours. Yeah.
I hope it's above.
Yeah.
You understand? So she has to meet above standards of, you know, dad doesn't want this.
Yeah.
So those things, man, they kind of make me grow a bit, and the wild side, it made me shift a bit from the wild side and grow and realize life is not all about me. I should just focus. There's a life depending on me, and I'm somewhat of a role model to my kids. So yeah, man.
How old is your daughter?
My daughter, she's turning 10 next year.
Okay.
Yeah, she's turning 10.
I had to have a very serious talk with mine. She's going to be 16.
Okay.
And I had to make her aware of what to expect from guys like what daddy used to be.
Yes, the smasher. She must look out for the smasher.
So I had to be very honest with her, you know.
Yeah,
and I
real
can
talk.
feel what you say, you know. I'm sure
Yes, sir.
all of us who are fathers of girls,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
there's that moment when we have to change, you know, where we actually want to be those role models.
Yes, sir.
And we can only pray that she gets somebody close to what we are as a father
Yes,
to
sir.
them or above. You know.
Yes.
We can only hope for that. But man, it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
And your other kids, you got like sons?
Yeah, I know. My second born is my son,
Yeah.
Kibotelo.
Yeah.
So give me no Botelo. And then my last born is a girl. It's like, God was like, I was all like a man.
Yeah.
So my last born, Kikaho.
Okay.
So I have 3 beautiful children,
Yeah.
Nino, Botelo, and Kaho.
Yeah.
And yeah.
You mentioned 4, but we're talking about 3.
You know what?
Bunch.
No,
Oh,
it's
no,
not bunch
bunch.
as such.
Oh, you're gonna ask,
let me
guys.
fix that error.
Yeah,
I have
fix
4
it.
kids.
4.
The lady, yeah, I have 4 kids.
Yeah.
The lady that I'm with,
Yeah.
so automatically
It's
it's my son as well.
Well,
So
big ups to the stepdad. Big ups to the stepdad. Big
yeah,
ups to the stepdad.
yeah.
No man, I'm happy. I'm happy that because you must always try and count all of them in. You know, do you find sometimes that you overcompensate for the ones, or is there like a favorite one maybe?
I try my best not to. And
I asked because there's a song that
yeah.
I saw. I
Yeah.
don't know which one of the kids were you dedicating that to?
I dedicated to my firstborn.
To the firstborn.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mino.
Okay.
Yeah, so and then my son fights with me, like I can see it in his eyes, like
Yeah.
where's my song? Where's
Yeah.
my song? So yeah, basically, and I have songs for every kid of mine.
Okay.
Whenever my kids were born, I would write something, you know. But Mino was fortunate enough, you know, for the age way. But I try not to distinguish favoritism as much as I could see the characters through 4 of them. They are different in their own ways. You know, I would find that my daughter, she's an introvert.
Mm.
She takes her time. She's a lady. It's an hour you understand? So I was like, okay, everything that she does, besides everything that she does, everything that she does I would say, well, okay, Botselo is different. Botselo is the fast one. He's energetic. He's a boy.
Yeah.
He's a young man.
As he should be, yeah.
Yeah, he's a young man. Agifix, he's not a boy, he's a young man. So I see myself in him. And I see a lot of energy in him.
Yeah.
So I try to figure out how can I channel and channel the energy where I can, they can adapt and be themselves. I try not to favor them and so to overcompensate, it gets hard as they grow, as they're gonna grow in time. You gotta not. I can't say, hey, what's it? When I'm gonna I'll stay away now fast. I can't do that. As they grow, the kids, it gets to them, and they figure out, you understand? So, hey.
It's not like our parents, huh?
You understand?
Hey, when I put tag, when
You understand? Like, hey, when I'm and that's dangerous, man. That's dangerous.
I know.
Because
I don't like my siblings.
Your kid, the kids, they'll fight all their life trying to prove themselves to you.
True. Absolutely.
And then they'll fall into casualties where they'll hurt themselves, trying to prove themselves to you. But hey, I'm going to so.
Yeah.
You understand? So I try to generalize my love for them and just love them equally. Yeah.
No, I hear you, man. We'll come back to that family stuff.
I didn't want to talk about my family, but since you brought it up,
yeah, I got trauma. This is a therapy session too for me. I gotta release. So the other stuff, on the local news, right? So
Yes,
we move on to some local stuff, I was asking about your Makelwanes, then you decided to talk about your kids, 10 points for Gryffindor, and then we'll come back to the kids as well a little bit later on. But locally right now in SA, the state of South Africa itself, fine, no more lockdown, big shout out to the government, But then the petrol went up, so
That's why I was
So what you think, man? What you think of our state of nation?
Man, we need some new innovations. I think, we need some new minds. The youth.
Yeah.
As I'm here, I represent the youth, people who are my age and younger.
Yeah.
The youth, they have so many questions. They have solutions, but they don't know how to execute the solutions because they're not given that much of a platform to make a change in their communities and in their societies. So it makes them angry on the state that we are in as a country. So I think so we need to fix that. I think not the government. We are the government. We as a people. We are government, we are our own government.
Absolutely.
There's no votes without the people.
Yeah.
True.
You understand? So as Rensimo, we can decide what we want to do when we want to do it. You understand? We don't even need votes for that.
Yeah.
But basically, all I'm just saying is that open up platforms for more platforms. I'm not saying that there aren't any platforms, but more broader platforms, also in the industry and the media, the mainstream, where even in parliament, even a 21-year-old can teach a 51-year-old something.
Hey, these old people don't want to learn.
You understand? They need to get off their high horse and say, you know what, my son can teach me something that I didn't know. You understand? So I think those are the things that they need to implement in making a society, a community, and a country a better place to live in.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. For that, he deserves a round of applause. Come on, crowd. Where's my crowd today? Future presidents talking here, man.
Yeah.
Yo, man. Now when you talk about the youth and it needing to be more upfront, I mean, you've seen what the government does to when the youth speaks up. There's that fear as well from the youth age. If we talk too much, I mean, we're not going to say we are affiliated to any party, but I mean, look at Fees Must Fall. Look at that movement. Mm-hmm. So when the youth decides that they want to talk up, there's that silencing. I mean, there's guys that went to jail just because of school fees must fall.
Yeah, and such things, that's why the youth are agitated. If you don't give them a chance to implement some of the things, they're gonna go by force. You know, you gotta, man. You know, there's a thing that Tupac. I don't know if it's a brand or what. Now it seems like a brand on shirts and everything. Thug life.
That life, yeah.
The hate that you give to little infants fucks everybody out. That's the youth. When you don't give the youth a platform, when you don't listen to the youth, and when you don't raise them well, when you have kids and abandon them, you're creating a fucked up society.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we need to start, and how we groom the youth, how we groom the kids. So when we don't do those things, they become angry, they become agitated because they see what's happening. They're not happy with the environment that they live in. You know, privilege both parents. Magogo wa sokolo go la pension every month. Magogo a tlhaloganya, he's not educated. The youth is street smart.
Yeah.
So the youth is street smart. The youth is easily I involve on gangsterism. The youth is easy for a rebel. The youth is easier for I drugs. The youth is easier on Kalohan.
Yeah.
So the youth it can be radical to say, you know what, you don't want to listen to us. We're changing the whole situation by force.
Yeah.
We're taking out the trash, whether you like it or not. Politically correct or not, we're changing the situation. So, and when you check this Operation Tutula, I think there's many aspects. Operation Tutula. What I was talking to my Uber driver on my way here.
Yeah.
And I was, I didn't know where he's from. So before I could express my views, I would ask him, where are you from? Okay, he would say KZN. I could hear his accent, but no, he's not from KZN.
Yeah, he didn't look KZN. I saw him too, he didn't look.
So I was like, I have to be sensitive on how I express myself to him. So back to Operation Tutula, I think we have an escape as people. If your environment is not okay for you, you're running, you have to run and find a place where it's okay for you. So I'm up for the people that run to South Africa and trying to find themselves and build and be part of the economy, and make an honest living. What I'm up against is people trying to vandalize our environment, and snatch it away from us with all sorts of things that do because there's parents, big brothers, we have little sisters. We don't like human trafficking. You wouldn't love your daughter to drugs. So we wouldn't like that. So that part of Operation Tutula I support, but I don't support the thing to take away the inhumane part of society. Because I believe that we're people. We are one, But we're causing a scene.
Yeah.
So I think that's the main focus that we should focus on and try to, if a person is struggling if a person wants to be here and wants to make an honest living and wants to live right and wants to obtain a certain maybe citizenship or a pale let's find ways to accommodate that person. When it comes to legal papers, no. But we need to say, okay, we check the background, we assess. So it's one of those things, bro. And
it's a double-edged sword.
It's a double-edged sword, my G.
It's such a gray area to walk,
And somehow supporting Operation Tutula, but I have friends who are illegally in the country.
Yeah.
But they're genuine, they're like good people, they have families here. You understand? But the way the system is, people they can't adapt to it. They're forced to do certain things that they shouldn't do. You understand? I think there are ways to fix things. That's why our youth in South Africa, they have a fresh mind. Let's go back to our kids and ask their views and their opinions. How can we change this? Because Ratsofala we dying You understand? So yeah, bro. I don't ever answered your question, bro.
No, you have. You even took it to the max. I can just imagine your family meetings with the kids. Shannon Panty. Let me explain to you guys. This is what you're supposed to do. You see, I can just imagine how it's like. Hey man, I wish you were my dad. You know, I'll be like, oh, dad. Such a great dad. Speaking about dads, man. Speaking about dads, there's an interesting event that happened in this week. Yeah, the SK Koza and
man.
You saw that one, right?
Yeah, so
You saw that one, and you know it touched on the baby daddy situation. We're not going to talk too much about the other side of it, the lawyering side of it, but it touched a lot on baby daddies, and there's a lot of women that are out there hurting, and they need support. About baby daddy who just doesn't worry and who just doesn't care. But then on the flip side, as a man and the stuff that you carry on your shoulders, you know, I can imagine 4 kids, having to play that role of role model, leader, provider, lover, you know, because you got to also perform in the bedroom. So I'm just saying, man, you have to be that's when all around as a man.
Yes, sir.
And as a man, there's so much pressure that they probably not even understand. You know, how do you deal with that? How do you, like, first thing, what's your views on the situation? And the second thing is, you as the man and being with all that pressure, how do you handle it?
Hey, my G, you know, you touched on SK's situation.
Yeah.
And he's also a dad, no?
Yeah.
And he's also in a relationship with his woman and whatever is going on in his life.
Yeah.
It takes me back to what I just said, you know. I mean, we brew what comes, you know. We reap what we sow at the end of the day.
So it's his own fault.
It's I don't think it's his fault as such. I think Unalidi Flopos are high.
As we all do.
And unfortunately for him, he's famous. It comes with a price.
Yeah.
That's why we know about it. That's why we see everything about it. But if we can talk, if he was here and tell us how he really feels and what's going on in his life, I think
because we don't know that part.
We don't know that part.
Pressure.
That's why it's unfortunate he's famous.
Yeah.
You understand? It comes with a price. So the spotlight, it has its own price.
Yeah. That's why I also brought in the flip side of the coin where the pressures of a man, because we can identify with him to a certain extent.
Yeah.
You know, so how do you handle the pressures of having to be provider, father, role model, you know, everything as a man, man?
Hey, my G, yo, I know how to now it's, and I'm hoping that in future there will be a gender equity where every human is accommodated. Because when I check, I'm not trying to be gender biased.
I want to be gender biased.
You want to be gender biased.
I want to be gender biased.
But I wanna touch on as the out in fit ka
Yeah.
If ke shapa ke mosadi ke police station ba la ga
Very.
ba la ga re fit o shapa ke mosadi
No braba
ke shapa e ba no ba so hle o sha umfazi
yeah.
kanjani windoda musweni. I'm like, hey, mona moto ntshitse phang ka
Yeah. But the minute I left,
I'm wrong. You understand? Yeah. So, and I love rest his soul, Patrick Shai. I love the initiative that he took of trying to assess the whole situation. I think we need to go back and search what is really causing a man to be on a certain state. You know, as a kid, they don't know where to turn to.
I think also is silence.
Silence as well.
So the silence of a man. Sorry. The silence of a man. I mean, you know, he's not okay. He doesn't have a platform because everything is so feminist. Shout out to all the ladies. We love you guys.
We love ladies, man. I love women, bro.
We just, you know.
Hey, I love women.
Yeah.
However, I feel for society and the way the system has come by has influenced us as a people, especially the ladies. To make an example, bro, utola auti Hispanic, marusha, keutisha, watabalaza, fucked up, wawasi, I want approach me. You gotta have this, you gotta have this, I'm gonna reject. This nigga goes back home, okay, sharp, moving on, up or out. This woman, happy. Is it fair?
Lilas.
Is it fair? Is it fair?
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm gender biased because we don't have a voice that much as guys, you know. But at the same time, we're not condoning what.
We're not condoning the GBVs and all that.
No,
we're not saying what I'm saying is that we need to stop making GBV a brand. We need to stop making GBV a campaign.
Let's go back to family planning.
You know, understand? Yeah, let's go back to family values. Let's check what's affecting the family to cause the man to do these things. Yeah. The man probably never had parents. The man probably never had a balance of a proper relationship.
Tigers don't cry.
You understand? Tigers don't cry. He was taught. That's what I'm you understand? Now you're supposed to protect your family. You are a leader. You are everything that you understand. As a man, you go out there, but that foundation, you understand, you lack that foundation. You understand? I think that's where we need to establish the whole cause of this whole GBV and men abusing women. You understand? I resorted to that. That's not the solution. Honest. Now if I didn't see more relationship. If I didn't relationship in I bounce, bro. Because I know for a double amu. And I wouldn't live with that. So my solution personally is to say, okay, moto has out or moto one user or moto on Swaraya or moto on Kalohan. No, I get you once and start a new life and move forward. Then give me sit and ruin my whole life. It's not worth it.
Yo, guys, just check out his mic there, please. Just check out his mic there.
I think it's my cable, bro.
Is it your cable?
Oh, man. Okay.
It's okay.
No, it's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I hear you, man. It's sometimes it's hard to get away from them, especially when they're following you and you're trying to walk away, you know. But we would like experts in this field because I think we can both learn, like males and females, you know, how to deal with each other because we're not the same. You know, there's that book I once read, Women Are From Mars, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. It was quite an insightful book. I read that book and I was like, wow. I wish it was a textbook, you know.
For the education system.
For education system, so that we know the dynamics of each other, you know.
Another effect in society.
Just so we know what the dynamics are and we know how to treat each other.
Yes, sir.
So we know what those signs are when we see those signs.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. They're female, you know. Oh, yeah, he's male. Oh, so, you know.
And I support that, you know, going back to the education system. I mean, we were in the education system. I mean, when we check, as minstrels, we look at some of the vital things that we benefited. It's minimal, you know. The most thing that we learned is control. You understand? And programming. And you're supposed to finish school and get a job. You're supposed to finish school and be just a man. You understand? Not a woman. You understand? But those elements of humanhood, as a parent, as a mother, as a father, those things they need to be implemented. And I know I'll check life orientation. And I know they dumbing it down a bit. But that's when you say education, I think our kids, they spend 12 years musculo. Those 12 years, I think that's where the focus needs to be. How do we teach our kids to be a proper citizen in the society and change.
Yeah, not just get information and regurgitate.
Not just cramming for a test. You understand? You cram for a test, it's I mean, you don't take a cram. Scandal, it's a scandal. Or the pass. After school, I'm frustrated.
Frustrated, yeah.
Unemployment rate is high. You know, when you're trying to get employed, you need experience.
Yeah.
What experience? You don't have a job. Can't you know it's experience from school? What did they teach you? You understand? So it needs to. Hey, my brother, you touched a sensitive subject. But
I can see. It's got you red in the face.
It affects me.
Oh, it's background.
And it worries me because like kids now, it's about how your pockets are swelling, especially really mokasi.
Yeah.
You can't afford a private school.
Yeah.
You get to a private school, when I go grade 9, you compete when I go matric. When I go matric, you come chala or infiltrate a motor mechanics go matric. That man chala, ndwana the elite. No, already it's a grade 8 with a motor mechanics go grade 12. You're late, bro.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's about how much you have, you know, and there again, it's an error. You know, so it's classes and levels on how we should live, which is totally unacceptable, and it's causing our country chaos.
Yeah. Before he cries, sponsors, these could be you guys. Okay, we don't friend cry. And just to switch it up quickly, international news, we had the slap. You saw the slap?
The slap.
The slap, man.
Oh man.
Have you ever been slapped?
My goodness.
In public like that?
I've back in primary, probably.
When's that? What did you do when you
made me so aggressive? No. I've never that. Not in the academies, no. In that platform, no. I've never been slapped in that situation. But bullying, I've experienced bullying.
You think Will Smith bullied Chris at that moment?
I think so. I think Chris Rock is not the type of guy who would fight.
Yeah.
But then would I mean the jokes. It's been years and years of jokes.
Yeah. Jokes.
My
you
family,
understand?
my wife. Come on, guys.
You understand? I'm getting to
so
that.
So now what happens to that part?
I'm getting to that. I think Chris Rock somehow. Because when I check Chris Rock, he made a joke about Will Smith's wife.
Yeah.
And I think he took advantage for Will Smith. Will Smith, which Baraki media darling industry.
Yeah,
he's big in the industry.
Yeah.
But if you can check Will Smith's life, if you can check his history, besides Bad Boys, I think Bad Boys, when he acts out for Bad Boys, that's himself.
That's actually him.
That's actually him. Yeah. But in real life, he suppresses that because he doesn't want to, express that in real life.
Yeah.
So I think he snapped on that moment and said, fuck it, this guy, he dissed my wife 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I'm getting to his ass.
Yeah, especially because they were boycotting the Oscars back then, the black elite. And he and Chris Rock shut on that,
You understand?
Come on, who do you guys think you're on?
So
there's still that grudge maybe.
It probably is. And some other things that Will Smith is going through, personal things that he's going through, as we touched on men, what men go through. I think the nigger, can I say nigger?
Yeah, man,
I'm a white nigger.
Yeah, we in SA, bro.
Yeah, I'm a white nigger. So
you can't say the K word though.
No.
Okay, no K word.
Hey, the Buddhists in high school, they used to call me white kafir. Yeah, so I embraced it. So I'm a white nigger, but it's fine. I think the nigger, as a man, he went through a lot.
Yeah.
I think that moment he snapped.
There was that moment of
He couldn't compose. He didn't have a composure to control a joke. You understand?
Now,
and it
I'm going to go back to the question I asked.
Yes, sir.
Who bullied who at that moment?
Oh my goodness.
Because you touched on very sensitive sides on both ends. So who?
It was a reaction, bro.
It was a reaction.
It was a reaction from Will Smith. I think Chris Rock should have just held it down and left the jokes of his wife there. Because he said the joke, they left it there. And then Will Smith could have attacked him at that point. He didn't. You understand? He could have left it there and moved on and did another joke and did another piece on his hosting and did another joke and you understand. But he revived that thing again. So you understand? So Will Smith reacted to that.
Yeah.
All that energy, all that frustration, all that entanglement, all the August stuff came in. And he was like, this motherfucker, I'm gonna slap this guy.
Yeah.
You said it's a family show, sorry. This motherfucker, I'm gonna slap this motherfucker. I'm gonna show him who I am. And it's unfortunate because he was celebrating his achievement and we concentrating on that instead of his achievement.
Yeah, I know. But hey, negativity sells, eh?
So, yeah, it does. It does, unfortunately, for the mainstream and the media itself. So, bullying was from both sides. They were both bullies. That guy was verbally a bully. Yeah. This guy was physically a bully. Yeah. So, they clashed.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately for Chris Rock, I was shocked. Yeah, so I'm my king.
I'm shopping. So,
yeah, brother.
Ever dealt to the public humiliation like that?
No.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet. Going to be in that position.
Yeah.
But now it also talks about outrageous fans. You know, there's also fans that would be outrageous in that sense. Have you ever dealt with such outrageous fans and would even come up to stage to that point? You know?
Hey, my G, you know.
Yeah, when I saw a van, I'm a paint, you know. Roses, undies, your kid.
Oh, my bad. Like I said, when you're in the spotlight,
yeah,
you have to be prepared. You'll be crucified. Your fans, your followers, whatever you do, it influences everybody that's watching you. Yeah. So now, personally, when I'm in the spot like this, like now I'm in the spotlight right now, everybody's going to be seeing this.
Yeah.
I have to make sure that I play my part and try to influence who's watching me in a certain way that it won't come back to me in a negative way. Yeah. You understand? So it's my G, you reap what you sow. Yeah. There's an action for every reaction. So only out you're acting wild, you are famous about Java, you are flashing warasa, or the iPhones are how, but no rofa. You understand? But if you chill, like Denzel Washington, American gangster. You understand? You're flashing, you're making noise, bro. You're making noise. You understand? I'll take off the shit. You understand? You're gonna ruin what we have. This is not the point. The point is not just shine. There's ways to shine, Maji. You shine with confidence, you shine with glamour, you shine with integrity, you shine with dignity. You don't shine with material things. You don't shine once about to go to Uvaga Mazorati, that's for you. You understand? Uvaga Mazorati, shine a motos na Mazorati. Kausa no double vulnerable, ole dasu. What location in the house like because you reap what you sow. There's an action for a reaction.
We're talking about something very similar today. Tevza was telling us, and Tevza and Sonti were telling us. Were telling me about the guy that had 17.4 million and blew it in 2 years.
My gosh.
And he didn't even give his family. You know. Yeah, but sometimes you don't give a family nothing, eh? These people. Hey, come too much. Give them nothing. You don't tell them, suck me dry.
They're gonna phone me. And when you have money, they call you, eh?
You shouldn't tell them.
Yeah, you should tell them.
Far away.
You should surprise them.
They came back.
Surprise them. Every now and then.
Yeah.
Find out. Just read their minds. Have conversations with your family. What do you need? No, I want to go school. Surprisingly, fellow are fit. I want to go high school fees. I want to house parties.
Yeah.
So that I only put my days and I the one you ask.
It was good talking
mentality.
Bowling mentality. This is what we are now. A bowling generation.
The bowling generation. There's nothing wrong with bowling, but as I'm saying, there's nothing wrong with bowling, but as a person, can you handle when you bowl?
Yeah.
Can you handle what comes to you after that?
Yeah.
Can you handle the repercussions? Can you handle the endless phone calls, but the genuine ones and the ones who are taking advantage? For them, young guy 10 stay in we do why you do your polling on a sack. So go phone and I'm tested. And then there's that other one, also other your polling, but genuinely work out there. So I do our approach here. But una let I go Brian. Understand? So that's why I'm saying what you do comes back to you, bro.
Yeah.
That's the principle of life.
No, absolutely. Ballers, please come to JB's. Bring the ice boy. Bring the ice boy. Bring him with you guys. Come to JB's.
Now my lappy. If I see bowling, my lappy.
Good food and great music, and it'll be a dope vibe.
Yeah.
So, new music that dropped. What's in your current playlist?
Hey man, you know what? I've been working on a lot of songs, eh? But
You don't listen to yourself. You're one of those guys. I only listen to myself.
no, I'm not one. Hey man, I check.
Those guys.
I'm inspired and influenced by a lot of.
You have to be, man.
I'm inspired, and I try my best to put my ear on the local content as well.
Yeah.
And international, but I'm influenced.
Who you
by
having
a lot
now,
of-
like in the local scene?
in the local scene, man. I think this is about vibe, bro. I think right now, all I can say, man, the piano vibe is
Piano
lit.
vibe, eh?
The piano vibe is lit. I
See the
think
alkaline in them.
the Caesar alkalines, you know, the Kabzas, the Purisas,
Yeah.
and the guys who are following them. You understand? I'm loving the sound that I'm hearing locally, you know.
Yeah.
But in my environment, I get very more soul with it.
Yeah.
So it's pura. It's very manura, my guys.
Away.
Like, I know I'm about to blow, and they haven't heard any sound yet. You understand? So I'm in that vibe. I'm in that space, you know. And locally, man, I could say right now, right now, in terms of genres, I've not specifically one genre. I think different genres, and I respect the consistency of artists.
Yeah.
I love soulful artists from more soul.
I'm gonna say you're right.
Ringo. I love Ringo Mazingozi.
Yeah. Oh, Ringo. I like the Ringo before the close gap. The one of gap Ringo.
He had to close it. That is famous now.
Yeah, but we love that
We
gap
love
Ringo,
it.
you know.
You understand?
Before we go on, I just want to
brother.
do a shout out to our own Black Coffee for that Grammy.
Yes.
Shout We can only dream of being on that, like, you know. So, someday.
Tell me,
Yeah.
we're getting there, man. We're getting there.
What you think, though, Frank? You know, of the way that our country is like so. Black Coffee is representing SA, but it's also representing, you know, just Africa on a whole.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes,
so for yourself as an artist, is that what you're looking at in terms of the global stage, or you still trying to do this local thing?
Now my take is, bro, you're an artist.
Yeah.
You're from Malawi, Nigeria, South Africa.
Yeah.
Just do your sound, man. You know, you're inspired by a lot of sound. Try to draw that inspiration and try to find your sound, because people outside and abroad, they don't know they don't know you. They don't have what you have.
Yeah.
It's very inappropriate. Ke tlo trap. I don't create trap. You understand?
It's
Ke tlo kopana le motho ko America o etsang trap. Wa bona go ratla. So I think people outside, that's why Black Coffee blew up, because Black Coffee brought himself in the industry. He brought his own sound. That's why he won a Grammy right now. They heard Black Coffee, not David Guetta. They heard Black Coffee featuring David Guetta on Black Coffee's sound. You understand? So I think it's that. It's just find yourself, find your passion as an artist, and find your signature sound that would resonate with everybody outside and who's around you and would appreciate. Be a pioneer as an artist. Look at piano, bro. I respect piano.
Yeah.
This is the new age quiet too.
So if I just go through your playlist, it's just be like piano.
I know. If you go to my playlist, it's universal, bro. It has a lot of genres, It has a lot of genres, but yeah, mostly I could say it's this side.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Did you hear the Nasty drop? The Nasty C drop?
Oh, Nasty C. I never.
Flaming song. Telling everybody. Telling them their business.
They're telling them the business. You know, and somebody said, I don't know if it was, I don't want to mention names.
Mention the name.
Oh, you're putting me in the spot, man.
Mention the name.
Come on.
Ah, no, it's that guy.
Yeah, no, it's that
Maybe
guy.
I like that guy's mouth.
That guy, no, he's radical. He's radical. He has his radical sense.
Yeah, very radical.
Yeah, so, and it made sense when he said, you know what, Nasty, Zulu man with power. Man, there's no Zulu in your album.
Yeah.
How is it relevant when you get that side?
Yeah.
They're gonna say, hey man, you Zulu? Let me hear some Zulu. Oh shit, this is our show. This is our song. Fuck you. No, this is our song. You understand? So I think, Nesty compared to Naekintoana, I think he'll grow into finding this ethnic, sound.
Yeah.
I listen to Nasty, but haven't followed him that much because of that point that I've just made.
Yeah.
Because when I listen to Nasty, I hear Lil Wayne, not even Lil Wayne, even Mango Tiger. I hear what Tiger, I hear what Drake.
Nas always been like that, like from way back. You know,
It's
when,
the influence.
from back in Wentworth, when he was still with Free World,
Yeah.
Because at the time, I was in a partnership with Zion, his former manager, the guy that, way back.
Okay.
And when he brought Nasty through to me, he was like, yo, what you think of this kid? And I was like, yo, this kid is tops, is awesome. Sign this kid.
Dope bars.
So he's always been that guy, he hasn't really changed. It's only because everybody's hearing him now, but he's always been in that field, in that hip hop field. So I get it. I get where the lane that he's chosen is.
Yeah, it works for him though. It works up to him. And when
Yeah.
it works for him, it's cool. You understand? Yeah. But as an audience, I have to have an opinion and say, no, okay, compared to Nasty and MT, I resonate with MT because MT is talking my story. You understand?
But they both from here.
But
It's just that they in different lanes.
They in different lanes, and then you understand. I think understand. The reason why Babaso, I think Bakile almost Anaguiwa,
Yeah.
I give my MT. My mother's closer,
Yeah.
and my father's Tswana.
Okay.
There's some elements that MT brings in. That's him.
Yeah.
Which are those which I can resonate with.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to throw a punchline for me to listen. You understand?
Yeah.
It's one of those things. Nasty C, I listen to Nasty C for bars. When he throws a bar, when he throws a punchline, it reminds me of Rest the Soul. It reminds me of the late Pro Kid, Pro, the King Pro. And that's in the industry. That pizza was cool. That pizza freestyle. You remember?
Yeah.
Pro Verb. They used to battle. But another writing, that twang. They used to get with that twang and throw bars. It was, you understand, English stuff, but you could resonate with it. This is hip hop, you understand? But as you grow, you're like, I want to listen to something that relates solely to me. So I think the youngsters now, I think people never resonate and lay Nasty more. And Nasty,
I know, no, you didn't.
I don't think
And this boy, he grew up in a colored community.
He grew up in a colored community.
So coming from Durban, Wentworth, I grew up in a colored community.
Yeah.
I was just forced to be black. I was forced, But growing up in that, you can understand the way in which we grew up.
The environment influences.
And people in Durban are very stubborn. It's English, especially the colors they English or nothing,
English or nothing.
English or nothing. The only Zulu they speak is in jail.
So not to
jokes, guys.
Not to throw tomatoes on that. I love local our artists from Zanzi. I love Nasty C. I love Aries. I love Youngster CP.
Because Aries is
very
English.
It's very English Aries. You understand?
Nobody really.
You understand? But Aries came out. You understand?
Yeah, what
At the
I
end of the day. But that's why I get on not personally. I won't spend the whole day in my Iris, honestly.
Yeah.
I want something it won't listen for high.
Back home.
I get my okay, yazi, into anazami. You understand?
Yeah.
And not my kids all the time. My kids. No.
Yeah.
Into anazami.
Yeah. No, that's the way
You understand what I'm saying? So, but I respect the hustle, and I think the way the industry is now, you know, you grow to see your audience and say, you know what, these are my audience, I accommodate that, you know, and as you grow, you say, well, no, this is not about the audience that I want to accommodate. This is a broad thing.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to people. I'm
To
talking to people in general. You understand? Magogo amametse until nastisi.
She like who empty?
Yeah.
I mean, Umagogo.
But youth.
Yeah.
Youth, it fucks with Nasty
Yeah,
big
sure,
time.
Sure.
It fucks with MT big time. But you understand my analogy.
So your music, you would say there's a lot more veneer. It's more homegrown.
I nakishapa motswako solo, bro. I
Yeah.
mix. Motswako, it's English, Veneke,
Yeah.
Setswana, Sezulu,
Yeah.
Sethosa. You understand? I want to learn more languages more than that. I want to do vendor songs. I want to do tsonga songs. You understand?
Yeah.
Just to, because I've realized this gift of it's communication.
It's communication.
It's
man.
communication. I want to I can't go kian. I'm good to
Yeah.
This is like I get told you understand? That's what I told you. Dimanu Kilemoro. And I want to check. If you look at Boma Cards, if you look at Boma Master KG, when you look at all these artists from
Cards
Limpopo,
Go anywhere but there.
you know why? She fills the stadiums, bro.
Yeah.
She fills the
Yo, that's
stadiums.
another Brenda Fassie, eh?
There's
Yeah.
another
Yo,
Brenda Fassie in the making, bro. She fills the stadiums. Bona
She's
Zahara.
from what, Limpopo, ne?
She's from Limpopo.
She's from Limpopo.
And check Zahara when she came in for her first album. Zahara. She was like our local Tracy Chapman, but that's close.
Yeah.
You understand? And all people they bought Zahara.
Yeah,
She made
Johanna
platinum.
was-
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, man. You know, grow to know to communicate with the audience. Everybody that don't be conformed to one audience.
Yeah.
But know that what you're doing has an impact on everybody who has a radio, who has a phone, on the phone, on the Shazam, on the
Yeah.
make sure hore zamanyana o shape verse motomolomo hayibuka akutle gore
Yeah.
that's the thing that
South Africans in general, they're very patriotic when it comes to their sound. We love our music. We love our music. We support our music. You know. So Frank Nation.
yes sir.
Frank Nation.
Frank Nation for the Black Nation. Frank Sachaba.
Why Frank Nation?
Frank Nation is Frank
Where does that
Nation.
come from?
Frank Nation. It's about Frank Sachaba.
Oh,
Sachaba is
Frank
nation.
Ah, smart, eh? This
Oh,
guy. This guy.
So even
Eating us with Sahua.
even in history, I don't know if you read the book Black Root Science.
And only books I've read, bro, comic books.
You should read Black Root Science, bro.
Black Root Science.
Black Root Science. It tells you what is a chaba, anything. It's a chaba.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a chaba. So translation, Shabazz. Translation, the Black Nation. So I took it from the Black Nation, got a Frank Nation. For
Yes, this guy's
for the
about to
stage
play
name.
open mic, Oh! Frank Nation. I love it, man. Sichaba.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, I love it, man. I think that's very interesting, and it's actually an amazing thing to be able to, for people to you translating your vernacular and making it appeal abroad, but it's still homegrown.
Yes,
It's
sir.
still homegrown.
Yes,
That's great, and I see you're probably on the way to a Grammy as well.
Hey, I don't want to kiss ass for a Grammy. I want to work hard for my craft. I don't want to kiss ass for a Grammy.
Yeah.
Nah, but
Sponsors. You want Grammys here.
I understand, but thank you, man. Hopefully, yeah.
So your music influence early on. I mean, you spoke about you and Soul being in school together.
Yes, sir.
this guy is standing in the middle of the class because he
Hey,
likes
you
the
might have
attention.
a couple.
He likes the attention, this guy.
Hey, I was intimidated.
Yeah?
I was like, man, I can also sing. But
Yeah.
I cried, oh, that man, I go stage.
Yeah.
Man.
Where does he get it from?
Where does it get it from? Can't they know, man? As I grown up, and even now, I can see what more so loves his music.
Yeah.
He loves his music, and he loves what he does, and he takes it very, very seriously.
Yeah.
You understand? And he's confident about his stuff. So it's something that I had to learn for myself because I grew up in a very, understand? I'm with albinism. So person with albinism, you were born confident, you were born accommodative, you were born loving. You understand? Along the way, when you're out there, out of the nest, where maybe go scale, and you find a different energy,
Yeah.
and it changes you.
Yeah.
You
How
find
was
yourself.
that? How was being an albino?
Yes,
Can I
sir.
say? Do I say? Am I saying it
A
right?
person with albinism.
Okay, sorry. Person
With albinism.
with albinism.
Yes, sir.
Okay, they walk like vibes.
Yeah,
Can I say
I'm a day walker, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a day walker.
Don't
Yeah.
take offense.
No, I'm not. I know Trevor Noah. I know.
Okay, cool.
I know.
Don't take offense. Because you're not taking it. I'm not
Now
taking
we
it.
already accepted, bro. The albinism community accepted we day walkers.
But to bring it back on the more serious note,
Yes, sir.
growing up that way and has your music has that influenced the shell that you were then introduced to when you came out of the home, out of the confidence, and now having to be in a public spotlight and having to be like, okay, I'm a little bit different, and that caused some type of introversion. Did that cause some introversion, and did that influence anything in your music early on?
Yeah, no, I think early on it caused an introversion. As I said, you're born as a kid. You're born now 3 years old. You love him. You're a kid.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Until we say we're cringe.
Yeah.
Then you say we're different.
And the kids point out.
Kids
the
were
kids
like,
are
"Man, this one for them, man." You understand?
Yeah.
That fucked me up, bro. You understand?
Yeah.
And uthola untwana ubona abana badlala badlala le bone ba sideline.
Yeah.
So that fucks with you. So you realize, oh, I'm on my own here. So that creates an introversion person.
Yeah.
So it did that for a while, and I would build my own shell.
Yeah.
But in that shell, music, I could say it saved my life, because if I didn't have the music, I wouldn't have refuge.
Yeah.
So every time I had those adversities,
Yeah.
and just go back to the music and just let it soothe me,
Yeah.
and then I would go back to school at least with that little bit of confidence, but still feeling sidelined a bit.
Yeah.
Until I think when you grow, I had to grow to realize, oh snap! I have to tell my story through my music. I have to draw inspiration through. I have to draw from the inspiration that I've received when I was going through that shell.
Yeah.
There's a kid with albinism growing like me.
Exactly.
They need to hear me. They need to see me. Or okay, this guy is with albinism, but he's still doing it. He's still pushing it. And I've made it to a point where I'm not gonna express myself based upon what society requires me to express myself. I'm gonna express my story and tell my story, whatever that I go through, whatever girls that I smashed, whatever the life that I go through. If I would tell like JB, I'm gonna talk about it because I've realized most albinism people, they drink those people.
Yeah.
And I don't blame. I grew to understand. Oh shit, I drink. But why do I drink? Oh snap! It's just that thing. I think it's just to mask. Hey, you wouldn't love me when I'm sober, bro. Okay, you love me, but you wouldn't. Hey, bro, get on Peter VanZ,
I can attest what you say, man.
So I think, and it's a problem if it's like that. I think we as the albinism society and stuff, I never told you could exclude, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So I'm hoping that we can go past and find our confidence again. I don't think anybody's born without confidence. I think we need to find our confidence again and find who we are again and tell our story and live our life. Sure. You understand? And I
I don't get claps like that, but okay. Alright, fine. Let me tell my sad story.
I don't want it to be a sad story. You know, Peter VanZ, there's an incident. Let me share something with you.
Yeah.
Ke hopola ke tswa ele hone ke am primary school.
Yeah.
I had so much anger. From ke tswa ko ntlong, ke tswa ka jarata. Friends would call me names, peers, not even friends, peers. When I was struggling, I got my Magrizo mona le motlabuwa nkgala. But she would swear at people. Hey, Lona, yeah, fall off, you understand? So it created anger in me. So my first day at school, I wrote a song about it. My first day at school, somebody did that. Kabrik. I'm chilling there. Total chomi according. I'm popular late Gordon, our friend. Long Gordon senior term, but then another dude comes, calls me names. Yo, hey, I'm a black son.
Yeah. Show them.
That anger Will Smith guy,
Yeah.
Remember that day?
You hit some light punches.
You understand? Sub A. Imagine Junior. I'm like 7 years old. Give me sub A. But I had a lot of anger. Bro. I was angry, but still that kid. You understand? When you love me, I love you. I'm still that kid.
Yeah.
Understand? But when that happened, I'm a black man. I don't let go teacher reina. Man on shapi.
Yeah.
Araba fito le skalwana. I'm sure I'm fit skalwana. If it was skalwana, I'm fit. Who made it in man? It doesn't matter. Let's go. I took that, I put it in me. Ever since then, I've suppressed it. I've let people bully me all these years. All these years, I've let things slide because of that. Up to a certain point now, I'm older. I'm like seeing that shit. I'm like, no. That's something.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's one of those things, man.
And the industry, how's the industry been with regards to? Now I'm gonna move away from that, but I want to know what the industry has got to. What the industry? How is the industry welcomed? I mean, I can think of very famous people living with albinism, Salif Keita, like the most.
That's my hero, man.
Guy.
That's like the Jesus Christ of music,
guy,
bro.
Man.
That's like the Jesus
but
Christ of music.
He's gone through, these hardships of being in the industry.
Yes.
How's the journey been for you?
And then to highlight that, I even wrote a song about him. I wrote a song about him, which I'm gonna perform later on.
Please do.
Yeah.
But
Please do.
Salif Keita, man. I remember when I was 8 years old. Channel ABC1. The 80s, but like before Channel O, before Channel O, before Channel O, SABC1, Mnet, and multi-choice. SABC1 and Channel O. So never thought about the peanuts of Salif Keita, Level Kajani, peanuts abroad from Mali and Malawi. You understand? And my dad would call me. I was playing soccer with my little brother. My dad would call me, and when he called me, he's like, "Bona, that man what's on Bona waits up."
Yeah.
Hey, that thing changed my life.
Sure.
It switched. It was a switch. Oh snap! And I love music. That guy can do it. That's why he's like, he's not blasphemy, but it's like for the albinism, he's like the Jesus Christ of music. For the albinism people. You understand? And that switched. And I think he's one of the greatest. But still, man, I think Rashota. I think Razama. I think Lerona Raitaba. A lot of people with albinism, they still find it in confidence. Salute to Khosi, who ex-Komobango.
Yes.
I see that. And who else? Simba Gozo. Salute to Simba Gozo. Salute to
shout outs to
icons. Salute to the icons with albinism. But I think there's more work that needs to be done. But I brought it upon myself to say, you know what? I'll kick the doors as a person with albinism. I won't wait for people to feel sorry for me and let me in. I'll do what I need to do, tell my story, and I'll eventually I'll enter that industry. So, but I think, to answer your question, I think industry, I never want it, but no, it's still, there's a lot of work to do. And as an activist, I'm an activist for people with albinism.
Okay.
We had a march in 2018. We were marching against the adversities toward albinism, addressing such issues. They're not about. We need to get platforms. We need to be heard.
Yeah, Cooley Roberts was a big advocate of.
Shout out to him. That's the soul, man. That's a G right there. You understand? So so it's one of those things. I think the other brothers and sisters of albinism of mine, they shouldn't hold back in pushing their thing.
Yeah.
So I think another thing is fear as well. There's a lot of things going on. We are being sacrificed. We are being used as rituals. You understand? So it comes with lack of confidence, fear, doubt. You understand? So that's why we call. So, but now I get equal. You understand?
Yeah.
So I took it upon myself. So 2018 we had a march addressing these issues, and then Ransa Pina Barge Jesu Palawalo. I don't know if anybody of you knows it. It was addressing issues of albinism. And then after that march, after that song, I believe at least there was a spark of change in the media industry and the music industry, where you find now horses in Mubango now.
Yeah.
You find that people are, you understand, they're trying
models now.
There's models as well. Priska Motuatwa. You heard of Priska Motuatwa?
Yes.
There's Robert S. Robert S. my G. So we're coming in, man. But Tonto in the fella Runa, Rasa Khatala and just live our lives and tell our stories. And be real and not conform to.
I would like to plug more people into, because you find that there's families with kids, living with albinism. They don't know what to do. The kids themselves are afraid. So, who can they call? Where can they go? In order to get that. I mean, society itself is fucked up. Society is messed up. But there are groups. There are people. There are groups that you can go to.
Yes, sir. There are groups. There are people that we have an organization. Another group.
Yeah. You got a WhatsApp group?
We have a WhatsApp group. It's Albinism Killers Must Fall group.
Okay.
Where everybody's just inclined.
Yeah.
And we have
we'll include those details. We'll include those details on this.
All right.
On this episode.
Yeah, and then we have the ASA. We have Albinism Society of South Africa. And then we have groups. You understand? But I think there's still work to be done. So when we were marching, Rometse a memorandum go to union buildings. We were marching from Sunnyside to union buildings, saying that we need doctors in hospitals, we need counselors. If parents have a child with albinism, there needs to be a counselor with albinism there, who's more mature, who's grown out of their shell to advise and lead a way forward for them to groom their child. Because the parents and then which is wrong, because they don't have, I give up blame. They don't have that in you. No, I'm healthy. These are the guidelines that you need to raise your kid. So these are one of the things that
no, man, we appreciate you teaching us even more as well, because we cannot know enough, we're not privy to the things that you guys go through. We're not privy to them, and we may hear, but it never really gets to us because we're not really,
until we meet. You have a friend with albinism.
Now I have a friend. Now,
yes,
we both bleed the same blood.
The blood is red, and it's the conversation that I was having with my brother. Shout out to Robert S. Pride. That's my closest brother, man. We do music together. I'm promoting now. I'm gonna release a song on Friday.
It's fine. Go for it.
He's releasing a song on Friday called Go Lingo. You should check it out. We have songs that we released as well called Why Me. You should check it out. It's on SoundCloud. But otherwise, we were talking, and these are the conversations that I have. I was like, okay, these things are happening at the end of the day. And then it was like a conclusion came to me. It was like, we have an identity crisis. Why am I saying this? 2 black people, they produce a person with albinism. What does it tell you? And what does it tell you about racism? What does it tell you about prejudice? I believe we gave birth, black people gave birth to white people, Caucasians, Europeans. We gave birth to those people. But they were rejected. A child was born, that child was rejected. He started his own society, go Europe or go guy, and he came back with guns. Are you gonna raise my children? And then that's where apartheid was born. That's where all those segregations was born. So we are the proof. People with albinism are the proof for it. We connect. Our identity connects. As much as my hair is nappy, but if I was born in Europe and adopted there, my hair would be straight. Of course. And because of the climate changes, my nose would change because of the climate changes. I'm African. You can see by my nose. My nose is big because it has to adapt to the air. What is but go Europe, so their nose that's what they so those who they couldn't adapt go Europe, they died. So those who lived, they had a better sense. You understand? So I think even the issue of racism, it made me question it. But racism, it doesn't mean anything to me because I'm white but black blood. You understand? So it doesn't make sense. It's a matter of humanity and knowing each other as a people and knowing ourselves and our cultures and our ethnicity and knowing that we are people and knowing how powerful we are as Africans. We are the birth of the society, whether it's Chinese, Indians, Caucasians, Thai, every nationalities. So people with albinism are like that. There are other version of Chinese, there are other version of Indians, but they are the proof.
Wow.
Quickly move on before we start.
We just got schooled.
Hey, we got schooled, guys. I got schooled. I don't know what to say. Family, next question. Woo, woo. Where are we?
Can I have a drink, bro?
Features.
What's some water, bro?
Yeah, man.
Oh man, that's beautiful. So features, man. Known and unknown. Now, I don't know if you guys have done a chat together. You guys done a chat together?
This guy, man. I'm angry at this guy.
Oh.
This guy knew me first before he knew my little brother. He did a track with my little brother first before we did a track. So that's for me and him. We'll sort that out. We haven't had a track together, no.
Haven't had a track together yet.
Not yet, man.
So anybody that is well known that you've had music with?
Well-known people? Nah, man. You know what? I wish I would, but as I analyze the way the mainstream is, I'm really analytical for who I work with. So it's more not safer, but it's more comfortable, and the energy I resonate with people around me and locally. That's where my mind is. I need to adapt to my environment first, and hopefully what I do, it'll attract but behind the scenes, I have worked with a lot of people who influenced Batuba well known. I've worked with name drop. I worked with Chabi. Shout out to my Chaba. He's from the Albinism Report. He's a promoter, manager, and over at ABC. So he gave us a plug for the feature on Metro FM. He worked with a lot of people in terms of plugs. You understand? Not music as such, but it had to do with music, but plugs. I've never heard his songs, but the plug that he did is Connect or what. So shout out to him. And yeah, man, there's a lot. But
So,
just to name a
but
few.
you do more production than actually Are you more? Do you like that better than just being in front of the mic itself and actually performing?
Hey, the studio is the best for me, bro.
Yeah.
I love performing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love the studio most. I love the energy that comes from me and goes to the mic, and then the song is created. It's like making love to a woman.
Yeah.
The baby is born. You understand? The baby is
Hear
born.
that?
So I love producing, bro.
Baby's born. That's just good, please. Massaging the voice.
I love producing as much as I perform,
Yeah.
and I would love to perform. Don't get me wrong.
You will.
But I love producing more. I love building an artist from scratch.
Yes.
I love building an artist from scratch and grooming an artist and making them established, which I've done for many years.
Yeah.
And most artists no see, but some they blew up.
Yeah.
But started LNP.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to write rhymes for LNP. I used to produce beats for I still produce beats for LNP. So I started charity begins at home.
Charity
So,
begins at home.
As a producer, I enjoy that so much. And when I see an artist shine, I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
I want to shine like him as well. I want to perform as well. You understand? But yeah, production, I produce, I compose.
Yeah.
More like my brother here. Hey, we share a lot in common with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I'm a versatile creative. I'm not just an artist, a performer. I'm also a producer, an engineer. I mix and master music. I'm a sound designer.
Yeah.
I do sound score music for movies, adverts, jingles. So I'm an artist. I'm a creative, so to speak.
Yeah, we need to talk, eh? We need to talk. We need to talk. So, you are going to do an unplugged session.
Yes, sir.
Before I go there, James Place.
Yes.
Good music.
Yes.
Good food.
Let me taste the food, man. I know it's coming.
You can tell them what you
Where's the
What
food?
is it? Capano Man? Trotters. Okay, Trotters Monday. Trotters, is it Capano Monday?
Kakwana Monday.
Capano,
Yeah.
sorry. It's my mother's tongue. Capano Mondays. Yo, you must nom nom.
Yeah.
It was like nom. It was tasty. So come to this JB's place and this week have your events, have some awesome vibes. You'll be performing here. You'll be doing an unplugged session straight after this.
Yes, sir.
And when is this guy on? Is he on Saturday or Sunday? How? And now it's quiet. Is it Sunday?
Sunday.
Because he's what? Soul?
Yeah.
What you doing? Soul also? Afro soul.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So it's
Sunday.
Sunday.
When you want him? You want him Sunday or Saturday?
It's
Afro
Sunday.
soul.
Sunday.
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 Beautiful.
Sunday.
Sunday you're gonna have a crowd, and then we'll do an unplugged session right now. So after we have a conversation, which will be on the live. So just give them a teaser or what they can expect,
Totally right.
and we want to know as well, like what's in store, what's happening, what's coming up, what project is happening. Are you also touring Europe like this guy here?
Hey, my man, this guy, as I said, this guy loves music.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, he'll tell me. Most of his time it's music.
Yeah.
And on my side, busy right now, we're doing community development. I'm in charge of the art and culture in my community, so we're just trying to develop the kids in our community.
Where is your community?
It's called Extension 12.
Extension 12.
Yeah, so we have a tournament on Easter, so it's something that I'm busy with. So it's somewhat. Sometimes it complements my craft. Sometimes it clashes with it because of the time.
Yeah.
But I already have an album out called Dreams of Love.
Dreams of Love.
Yeah, it's already out. It was released last year on February the 12th.
You look us up with the links as well.
Yeah, I'll hook you up with the links. But it's on all digital stores. Just Google Frank Nation, Dreams of Love. And then after Dreams of Love, I released the single, Young Salif, the track that I'm going to do after this. And then, yeah, man, there's more music coming in, but it's just a matter of time and making sure everything is done properly, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm here now, I should be in studio planning my release, but I'm here. So you understand, It's a matter of
It's a
improvising.
rollout, Baba.
It's a rollout. So
Yeah.
I expect something later this year.
Okay.
I'll be dropping something on September, which is albinism month. And in case you didn't know, on June the 13th, it's Albinism Awareness Day.
Okay.
So I might be dropping something on the day. And yeah, those are the dates that I want to work and do something and drop something on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so look out.
Oh man, beautiful. Beautiful. Oh man, next time, we've been talking forever. So I don't want to waste any more time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for coming through and joining us,
Thank
man.
you for having me.
Thank you. You've taught us, you've led us. We understand. We with you.
Yeah.
And we want to see more. We want to hear more.
Yes,
We want to be involved more. We want to move with the movement as well. So thank you so much for coming through. Thank you to Soul. Thank you, Soul. And thank you to JB's Place, where you can get some great food, good music, and a beautiful vibe. Thank you so much. Have fun on Monday. All right, let me let this guy do his thing, man.
Mike. Yeah.
Can we run that again?
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Now we hear you.
Talking about the one born under the sun of Africa. Talking about the one born under the sun of Africa. He was born from royalty, with no pigment in the eyes and skin. Talking about one born from royalty, with no pigment in the eyes and skin. Strange to the family, rejected by community. Who I am from Mali.
Hey.
Rang as Kumba said my name. rejected by community. Who are they? I'm men from my name. Said against somebody. Washiwa Nabazali. I've been hunted for the money. Salif, Salif, Salif. 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 What they want one time before you la what they want to do Joan Bateri Sakaruna Batu Babu Akaruna what they want batu.
Hey. Hey.
Anu bateri sakaruna. Batu babu agaruna. Batu bateri sakaruna. Batu babu agaruna. Yorumela uti. Yorumela uti. Rose, bateri sakaruna. Batu babu agaruna. Batu bateri sakaruna. Batu babu agaruna. Eish, ababu, abateri, ababu, abateri, ababu, abateri, ababu, abateri, give it ababu, abateri, ababu, abateri, ababu, abateri, akasebe, acelerato. Cause you can acelerato for when
Yes. Ah, he is good.
Ababu, abate, ababu, wake wamponza mihlolo. Eish, ke kgonela botse, baby. Wake wanthuta batho. Jwanong ba tshegisa ka wena. Batho ba bua ka rona. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, one more.
Sunday.
Yo, yo.
Yes.
That's a free sound. That's a free sound.